Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a nutritionist with Natural Path Health Center. Today we're going to talk about picky eater problems. Picky eating can turn family dinner into a war zone. I'm going to explain a few reasons why picky eating behaviors develop, some strategies to help you deal with picky eaters, and a few things you should not do when trying to broaden your child's food horizons. Why does picky eating happen? Picky eating usually has a lot to do with control. These picky eating behaviors usually surface around the time when children can begin to feed themselves, giving them a degree of control over what they choose to put in their mouths, or spit out of their mouths. You also have to keep in mind that there is a great deal of change going on in the child's life at this point. They are growing and learning new things constantly. Food is one area where they can seek something stable and familiar. The consistency of eating the same foods all the time can help them feel safe and secure. What can you do about picky eating? As a parent, you have to model the behavior you want to see in your kids. If you want them to eat their veggies, you have to eat a lot of vegetables in front of them. If you want them to try new foods, you have to show them that you're willing to try new things as well. One of the best ways to get your kids to be more willing to eat new foods is if you play to their desire to control the situation. Get out cookbooks or food magazines with lots of pictures of healthy meals that you would approve of. Talk about the foods together. How do you think they would taste and smell? What things have you tried or not tried? Let your child choose some of the things that will be served at mealtime. Your child can also be a huge part of the food prep and cooking. This is great because they get to touch, taste, and smell the ingredients, giving them a greater degree of familiarity with the foods. It can take 10 to 15 times of trying a new food before your child will actually like it. Exposing them as often as possible while also giving them the control that they crave is a good idea. If your child is sensitive to tastes, smells, or textures, make sure to offer a wide variety of food choices at each meal, so there are at least a few things he is guaranteed to enjoy. Also make sure that you continue to offer new foods frequently, since it may take a long time of trying before the child enjoys the new food. Use your child's food preferences to your advantage. If you know they don't like mushy foods, you can serve the same foods in different ways. Instead of soft, steamed veggies, serve them raw and crunchy. Instead of applesauce, apple slices. If your child won't eat his cooked peas, let him try them frozen right out of the bag. Many children really enjoy this. Parents also need to be realistic about portion sizes and how much their child should be eating. After the first year of age, growth slows a bit, and your child's appetite might not be as large as you remember. During meal times, start off with the healthy foods first. Once they've eaten some of the good stuff, serve them the food that you know they will eat happily. This technique also works for those children who don't have a good attention span for meal times. Get the good stuff in their bellies before they try to escape the table. You can also serve meal in courses with little breaks in between if this is an issue. I love the polite bite rule. The rule is that everyone has to try everything that is served at meal times. It can just be one bite. It doesn't have to be a full serving, but you have to try everything. Also, let the child decide where the different foods will go on their plate and how much of each food is on their plate. Again, this plays to their desire to control the situation. Now that we've talked about some strategies for dealing with picky eating, here are some things you should definitely not do. You should not force your child to eat. You should also not negotiate with your child. No more 2 bites of broccoli and you can have ice cream. This kind of strategy won't work in the long run. Kids will catch on quickly and try to make deals for other areas of their life, such as cleaning up toys or getting ready for school. If this kind of negotiation is commonplace, your child will come to each meal ready to only eat the bare minimum needed in order to get a reward. It's better to think of you and your child as having different jobs during meal times. Your job as the parent is to provide a wide variety of nutritious foods in an encouraging environment. Your child gets to choose how much of each food to eat and when he is full. If dessert is an issue, there are several ways you can approach it. First off, there is a time and place for more decadent sweets. Cake and ice cream should be for special occasions only, not daily indulgences. If you want to end the meal with something special, make sure it is on the healthier side. A home-baked muffin, fruit with yogurt and honey, homemade popsicles, or frozen yogurt would all be pretty good options. One strategy is to serve a small portion of the treat regardless of how much the child eats. It takes away the power of the dessert as a reward and shows that sweets are okay in moderation. Another option is to serve the sweet alongside all of the other food at the mealtime. They can choose to eat the sweet first, but again, it takes away the power of the dessert as a reward. Or you can simply eliminate sweets. If they aren't part of your daily routine, then that shouldn't be an issue during mealtime. The most important don't become a short order cook for your child. Your child can eat and enjoy all of the same foods that you eat and enjoy. You don't need to make separate kid versions of each meal, just make sure there are plenty of options to choose from at each meal. For example, if you want to make grilled salmon for dinner but you know your child may not eat it, serve it alongside other foods you know he or she will enjoy. A good menu would be grilled salmon with pesto noodles, roasted cauliflower, cheese and apple slices, and black olives. You have different temperatures, textures, and tastes, all in one meal. I hope this video is useful in helping you deal with picky eater problems. Make sure to check out our other videos on recipes for healthier kid favorites and ways that kids can help in the kitchen.